Hello and welcome back to RaceGOW3 presented by WeBLEEDfpv. I'm your host Dan Sugano, aka FPV Skittles, and in this video we're going to be building RaceGOW3 track number 5, which was created by Phobos and is sponsored by VIFLY.
If you fly single cell micros like Whoops and other small micro quads, which we see a lot on this particular channel, and you don't have one of these, it's time to get one.
The VIFLY Whoopstor is the best 1S tiny whoop battery charger in existence today. So what's so great about this charger? Why do I think this is hands down the best charger you can get for 1S batteries?
I think VIFLY is the only company that makes the option for storage charging our 1S batteries, and now they've given us a couple of new features in order to be able to not only storage charge but charge the different voltages.
And notice that our voltage choices are 4.2 volts, 4.35 volts for high volt batteries, which most tiny whoop batteries are going to be high volt, or we can go to 3.8 or 3.85 volts. And that's another thing that stands out about the Whoopstor. It is the only tiny whoop charger that I know of that can put the batteries into storage mode. All the other chargers, they'll fully charge the batteries, but then at the end of the day of flying, when you got a bunch of fully charged batteries just sitting there, now you're taking them home, they're gonna stay fully charged and they're gonna take damage because you gotta put the batteries down to storage voltage for maximum longevity. But tiny whoop chargers don't put them down to storage voltage. So everybody just leaves their tiny whoop batteries charged all the time, and then their tiny whoop batteries wear out and suck.
I do know that pyrodrone.com has these, tinywhoop.com has these, WeBLEEDfpv.com has these, and that's all I can think of at the top of my head because I remember seeing their postings. There'll probably be others, so you can go right to those particular websites and buy one of the VIFLY Whoopstor 3s if you choose to.
Freaking love it. I love it. It's so easy. It's so easy. Boom. It's just doing it. It's just putting them all to 3.8 volts. Want to charge them? Boom. Plug them in. Charge them. This is the best. It's the best. And here's the kicker. You can get a cheap little USB powered 4-channel that doesn't do storage charging for 15 bucks. This is like 30 bucks. It's like twice as expensive as a charger that is 1/10 the capabilities. What more? I don't know. What more do you want? What more do you want?
So because you're watching this video, you probably regularly fly 1S Whoops. So if you don't already have a VIFLY Whoopstor, I highly suggest you get one. I have several and I use them all the time. And before they existed, I always wished there was some type of product just like the Whoopstor that would allow me to charge batteries or storage them, discharge or charge up, just by plugging them in and making it that easy. Back then, I always used to treat my batteries poorly. And I'd be like, oh, it's just such a hassle to storage charge them and make sure they're always healthy. Now that the Whoopstor exists, I still treat my batteries very poorly, but now I feel bad and lazy about it when I do it. Alright, so now let's get into the breakdown of track number 5, which was created by Phobos and of course sponsored by VIFLY. So you can see the track here. There's a bunch of extra elements. We've got 6 extra sections here, but you can see the unique feature of this track is that it's got a long 3-section piece just kind of floating here in the middle. So I have some heavier wall PVC and some lighter wall PVC, and I use the lighter wall PVC for the long span. Anyway, let's get into the breakdown and then we'll build it back up. So now that we've got the track broken down into the individual elements, let's go over them quickly. We got the start gate with the flag on the left side as you're facing the track, and that's got 2 5-ways, a 4-way, and an elbow. Then the 3-section, like a span there, that's 3 sections and 2. I'm using T's because we're using the standard RaceGOW3 set, of course, but if you do just have a straight coupler, you can use that as well. And then the back 2 gates and kind of goalposts, that's a total of 7 sections, and then you've got 2 5-ways, a 4-way, and 3 T's. So as you saw, most of the 5-way, or all the 5-ways are just feet on this one. So let's get into the build back up. We're going to start with the start gate. There you got your start gate with your flag. Let's lay that down for right now. And let's go on to the center section. So that's pretty simple. Just the 3 sections connected with the 2 T's. Let's put that there. And the back 2 gates and goalposts. Alright, so we got the back gates and goalposts set up. So now we'll grab the center section and stick that right into the 4-way that we've got in the middle. And then connect the start gate with the 4-way we've got on the left side there. The other side. Boom. Basically got the track built. Now we just have to square it up. As you can see, it's kind of wonky. And make sure everything's lined up. So to do that, first you want to figure out where your start gate's going to go. You don't go to the right too much, you'll see in the fly through, but you do fly on the left side, so I'm going to kind of push it this way. So then you want to line up this line straight so that the back right side gate lines up with the start gate. Then you just want to make sure that this gate is perpendicular to the center line and same with the start gate. And the last thing to double check, make sure that your center section isn't bowing down too much. If it is happen to be bowed down, you can kind of scoot the gates in, square them up a little, kind of twist them in so that the center section stays relatively level. And then the last element, of course, we have the timer. And I know there's a flag on the start gate, but we don't have a ladder going into it, so you don't need to do anything fancy on top or facing down. I think it's easiest if you just kind of have it maybe facing kind of 45 degrees out in the start here, as you see it come around and back through the gate. So now that we've got Track 5, created by Phobos and sponsored by VIFLY, all built and squared up, ready to go, let's go to the fly-through so you know the path to fly this track. Here's the fly-through for RaceGOW3, track number 5, created by Phobos and sponsored by VIFLY. So you're going to start from behind the start-finish gate, facing the rest of the track, fly forward through the start-finish gate, and then start to ascend immediately. Go over the hurdle from right to left, and then descend on the other side, and continue forward through the backside left gate. And you're going to go into a left spin around the outside of the gates and the pole, and ladder up and go through the goalpost. Switch to a right turn around the outside of the gates and the right pole, 360 all the way around and back through the goalpost, then 180 turn and descending in a right split S motion through the right side gate, and then continue right under the hurdle all the way around the outside of the left gate and the left pole again, around to the back of the track, and then through the left gate backwards this time. Then go under the hurdle from right to left, and then ascend up, and then over the hurdle from left to right, and then around the right side of the start gate and the pole, and then back to the start, and that's the left. So over the hurdle, right to left, through the back gate, right ladder up, goalpost, switch to right turn, all the way around, through the goalpost, continue right, around, through the back of the left gate, under, over, back to the start. So as long as you get over the goalpost, or over the hurdle, that's all you need to do to accomplish both of the turns here. So however you do that, we're going to discuss a couple different ways here. It's up to you really. So the first thing I've been doing is kind of like a little tic-tac move, and that works perfectly fine, but you do have to switch direction to do that. So you're probably going to see some of the faster pilots not doing that. It's too, like in angle mode, I'm going to do a full 360-degree turn. It's totally fine, but maybe not the fastest way to get it done. But it is smoother and you don't have to switch directions. Same thing here, I'm going to do a 360 turn like that. So 360 over, around, and then under, and then back on the under over, I'm going to switch around backwards like that. So the natural extension of that for the fastest pilot is going to be, rather than the turn all the way around, the slow. Do a barrel roll motion, then just the left turn. Let's see if we can't pull that off here. So you like do a barrel roll, that, and then through, and then if you can pull it off here, it's going to be even more difficult, because to do it efficiently, you're going to have to turn it kind of into a split S, and right back into the start. Whoa. Do a barrel roll. Into another one. So that kind of move over hurdle. We've seen before in Utopia and other tracks, and it should be super fun here in RaceGOW. So, see how we
Do a barrel roll!
Something like that. We'll see like P-Dog, Leon, AK, all those guys doing it like in almost a smooth motion, just barely over the hurdle. And that'll be super
Do a barrel roll!
Yeah. Anyway, have fun with this one. Figure out how it's going to be best for you to get under and over the hurdle. Happy whooping!
Do a barrel roll!
Basically 6'3". Got a couple 6'1s and 6'2s, but that's probably be my best. This third battery here, I only have half size to it. Oh, 7.2, 7.4-ish. So 21 and a half, not bad, not bad.
Freaking love it. I love it.
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.